Hi everyone, it's Barbara Ann here. A very refreshed and relaxed Barbara Ann, since I have just come back from it was supposed to be a fortnight's holiday, but it ended up being just over 16 days. Some of it with my daughter Joanne, and then the rest of the time with Billy. So for today's reflection, I thought, what is on people's minds these days? And there's lots of things been happening in the news. We heard of that terrible shooting in America in a school yet again. We have our new SNP party leader. What else? Oh, that terrible tornado, not hurricane, a tornado. So lots of things have been going on. But I just thought, what's the thing that's affecting most people, especially here in Forfar? Well, the answer to that is money. Money is a big concern for many people. Now, you've heard me say before that money, it doesn't grow on trees. We would like it to. However, even Billy and I are starting to feel that pinch because our gas and electricity for this house, the manse that we live in, plus our house that we own down in Houston, between both of them, we now pay over £1,000 a month to the gas and electricity people. Over £1,000 a month. That's something that we certainly cannot sustain. So in the manse, we've turned all the heating down as best we can. And to be honest with you, it is really uncomfortable. We're cold. And that's even sitting with jumpers, t-shirts underneath. And it's the air. The actual air in the rooms is cold, but I'm just not prepared to pay any more money. We watch what we're doing when we're washing. We're trying to get a full load. We're trying to cook more things in the oven. We've turned down the thermostats. We've turned down the boiler, also the main boiler for the heating system. And if we don't need lights on, we're not putting them on. So we really are doing the very best we can to limit how much that's costing us. But it's not only that, is it? It's the price of food and household supplies in the shops. I mean, I'm not one to look at prices. If I need something, I would normally just go and buy it. Whew, not now, folks. I am even looking at the prices of the various things that I'm buying. So take, for example, I'm not going to talk about household items for the manse. The church itself, well, we're running short on some supplies. Now, normally Paula, our admin person, orders it. However, she is on maternity leave. And, I thought, it's easy for me to do because I'm always on Amazon and up at Costco and different things. So the cheapest things we could find for the church, still good, semi-decent quality and also eco-friendly, were on Amazon. So I've just been ordering things on Amazon. And here are the orders. These are the things that we ordered. And I give these receipts to Paula, our treasurer, because I pay for them. And then Paula reimburses me for the goods. Now, we just bought coffee, white sugar sticks, brown sugar sticks, toilet rolls, and paper towels for the toilets in the kitchen. Can I tell you that I have just spent over £750 just for those few items. Everything is going up and up and up. So that's just something that's happened today. We tend to spend over £100 every 3 weeks on biscuits as well. So things don't come cheap anymore, definitely not. You heard me say that I was feeling relaxed and refreshed. Well, the first 6 days of my holiday, I was in New York with my daughter. And if we think the prices are high here, gee whiz, they are extortionate, absolutely extortionate in New York. Joanne and I, our very first morning, we didn't get in until, we get in about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Went out for something to eat and walk around. And then the following morning, we went for our first breakfast. $45 plus tip. Now, granted, when you pay for card, you can then also pay your tip on the card. But they tell you, you can have a 15% tip at whatever the cost is, 18% tip at whatever, and 20% tip at whatever. There doesn't seem to be a 10% tip anymore, especially in New York. So our first day, our very first breakfast, yep, it was $47 plus I think it was just over £10 or $10 in a tip. So that came to about, all in all, £45 in British money for our breakfast. What a lot of money. And then on our last evening in New York, we were told to go to a very good restaurant, a very relatively posh restaurant called Gallagher's. So we booked our table, because you have to book in advance, you can't just turn up, it's so busy. And we went in and we ordered a porterhouse steak, because that's what was recommended, and 2 sides, because you had to pay for your sides separately. And then of course we had one dessert between us because we were rather full. Joanne just had water and I had a cup of tea. Can I tell you, including tip, that came to $240. So that worked out at about £225, £225. Everything we went into, it was like $50 per person for all the sightseeing attractions. Listen folks, if you want to go to New York, take out a mortgage, because you're going to need one. So why all this talk about money? Well, when we were in New York, and I said at the bottom of every receipt, it gave you the indicative tipping cost at 15, 18 and 20%. And it gave you a good idea. And I just thought, what do we pay into the church? Because lots of people get so much from the church. And I'm not talking about monetary values, it's the companionship, the fellowship. It's about getting their tea and their coffee after the service and they throw £1 in the bowl. It's about all the different activities we run for our own members and also for the community. And when we join the church, we always say that we will give freely of our time, of our talents and of our money. So if I was to say to you, have a wee think about how much you donate. And if I was to suggest to you that the minimum donation, minimum offering that you wish to give should be a minimum of £10 per week, what would your thoughts be on that? Because we know that some people, some people put in £2 a week. Some people even put less in. Some people put £5 in a week. That seems to be, I think, an average. And they haven't changed it for I don't know how long. So I know everyone's got money and money issues and they're concerned about what's going on, but the church also has to survive as well. And I think I've said to you before, personally, I pay, and I'm not paying the most in our church, but I pay £100 every month for my offerings. I pay money for the building fund. I also pay money to finance our family worker. So every month I pay £200 a month to the church. And Billy, well, he doesn't pay as much, but he doesn't pay that much less than I do. And that's just coming from the one household. Can we keep that up? Can we sustain that in amongst everything else we're doing? Well, yes, I firmly believe that that is my duty to do that. And I know East and Old, I'll pay while I'm here, but I will eventually move on, hopefully when I retire and not before. So we promise God when we join the church to give of our time, our talents, or our money. And people do that in abundance. So in the church, in East and Old at this moment, I'm asking, can you give more time to the church and offer your talents? Now, I know people are saying, oh, we're getting older, but talents come in many forms. Our pastoral care team, well, they need a little bit of help. And even if you can't go and visit, can you phone someone for us? Our joiners do an absolutely great job. Our flower ladies giving of their talents. Our people who do the baking. And I'm frightened to keep going on because I will eventually miss somebody out. People who sing in the choir, come to the rehearsals. There is so much. The digital people, the people that do all the videos, that do the PowerPoints, that do the magazines. There is so many people involved. And they give of their time, their talents and money, all three. So please, we're asking you to consider what you promised God you would do when you took your vows. Time, talents and money. God bless everyone.